Hey, welcome to round 1 of this league. I forgot to unmute my mic when I was recording this, so what you'll see is gameplay of me playing this in the past. What I'm gonna do, my actual recording of this, like my audio comes back halfway in match 2, so I didn't record any audio for round 1 or 2. So what I'm going to do is give you a quick introduction to the deck here, since I also didn't have any audio from my deck. And I'll post the deck list in the description of the video, so you can just find the deck list there. And I'll just explain to you why I'm playing this deck I'm playing while the first match is going on here. After that you'll just have some silence while I'll play out my first match and then first half of the second match. After that I figured out that my mic was off and the rest of the league is just with my actual recorded sound from when I was playing the league. So what I'm playing here is Grixis Witch Delver basically. It's a Delver list that I made because I want to try whether Sedgemoor Witch was good or not. Recently a couple of people posted some results from Vintage, especially where Witch really overperformed people's expectations. So I really want to give it its fair share. My reasoning was why it was performing so well in Vintage is that Flusterstorm is one of the best cards there, one of the best counters you can just play a full set of, and there's a lot of lists that actually want to play a full set of Flusterstorms despite whether they have some other reason to do it or not. In Legacy, Flusterstorm is not seeing a lot of play at the moment, but I want to check out whether that was for good reason or we could just make such a deck still. So what I did is I was looking for a couple of different versions. I actually started on an Esper Chain of Smoke build with 4 witches and a bunch of 1-drops. I was messing with some bunk lists. I ended up just playing a Grixis Delver list with a couple of witches. So here you see the list for a second. So I'll quickly pause the recording. So this is during sideboarding, but you'll see the list. The only thing that got cut off is the last couple of lightning bolts at the bottom. So I end up playing 3 witches in the deck, and ended up including, there are 2 more cards that fell off, and that's Nifmagus Elemental. That's the 1 mana red-blue hybrid, 1/2 that gets to exile spells from the stack, your own spells that you control from the stack, to put +2/+1/+1 counters on it. So if you have a Flusterstorm and they're not going to pay for it, you can remove all the copies of the Flusterstorm that you don't need and get a bunch of counters on it. I want to try it since that's another card that works well if you have a bunch of Flusterstorms in your deck. So I ended up playing 3 witches, 2 of the 1-drops, and then 3 Flusterstorms just to try it out. Other than that, we have basically a pretty normal aggressive Grixis shell, 2 Anglers and 4 Delvers, and then 1 of Bone Crusher and Brazen Borer to get some card advantage in there without giving up too much of the pressure. And then 3 witches. So most notably, we don't have any Young Pyromancer. That's basically the spots that are taken up by the cards that work well with Flusterstorm in this deck. And that's pretty much it. In order to facilitate being a bit heavier on color sources, since Flusterstorm is a card you always want to keep open if you can, I added 1 island over another wasteland. Islands make sure that you get to make sure you keep up your Flusterstorm, for example in the Delver Mirror, so they can't wasteland you off of your Flusterstorm. And because I have the 2 Nifmagus Elementals in there, and I'm also heavy on Preordains with 11 total cantrips, having an island just means I can play quite a lot of my deck with safely. And I only have, 7 black cards and 5 red cards in my main board. So the island is actually pretty reasonable here. Well, I normally wouldn't like it. Yeah, that's basically it. The sideboard isn't anything special. We have one dismember, and the submerge is removal for bigger creatures, 2 Nihil spellbombs, 2 surgicals, graveyard hate, a carcass to bounce some legendaries, and let's see, a Thoughtseize in there, and the force of negation, since we don't have any force of negation in the main board, and some extra combo disruption. And yeah, so now you've seen the list. I'll continue this game, and we can see what we did here. I'm gonna stop narrating this. I shortly recorded some narration for the games, but it wasn't working. So I'm just gonna let this play out. You see how the game went, how this match went, and then halfway into the second match, you hear my actual narration of the matches again. So sorry for that, but I hope you enjoy watching this anyway. So thanks for watching. I think that game was interesting despite not having any audio, and yeah, like I said, the next round we'll just have audio from halfway, and bear with me for a second, and I'll see you there.